And we're live.
What do you have here, Woody?
So this guy did a write-up of what happened to GameStop today. Let me read it. It's about a minute and a half, but all right. I'm glad this place is quieted down enough for some actual DD written by a monkey with a keyboard and Adderall. DD? Anyone? I don't know.
I have no idea.
All right. I am that monkey. Here it is, play-by-play. Yesterday, new call option strikes were added all the way up to $570. Do I have to go over gamma squeezes again? Really? We've been over this. When deep out of the money call options start being gobbled up and the price starts moving towards being in the money, the call writers have to hedge their risk of having their sold calls exercised, typically by buying stock. This creates upward pressure on the market, and we've been seeing these movements all week. So people have these rights to buy stock at 570, and as they start being like something people might execute on because the stock's approaching that price, they need to buy shares so that they can cover it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to buy this at 570. It hits that, and they're like, fuck, well, we need shares on hand to make sure that you can have them. Yesterday after market, you saw the coordinated effort to drive down the price and spook retail investors into a mass sell-off. It didn't work. I think that coordinated effort is probably with regards to like TV shows and stuff. Last night, Robinhood sent out a message to users. You could no longer enter into new options. You could exercise them if you had the collateral, money in the account. Very interesting to see the first sign of pants shitting fear. You couldn't buy new options, which means that you couldn't buy options because they didn't want to be forced into a position of having to buy stock to cover your options to buy that stock. Today, the market opened strong. So strong, we were looking at a self-perpetuating gamma squeeze all the way up past 570.
Real quick, is gamma squeeze the same squeeze you explained earlier? Gamma?
I think so, but I'm not positive. Okay. At 9:58 a.m., the stock had reached 468 in a parabolic move. 2 minutes earlier, at 9:56, Robinhood tweeted that they were not allowing users to buy GME stock, but they would allow selling. This has a lot of people upset, right? They were making it so that like they ended demand and only had supply. Mm-hmm. The trend instantly halted. This is the parabolic move to 468 and started the downward collapse before picking up a bit, especially after some retail was allowed back in. Now that we're clear on the facts, understand this. The market ran out of liquidity today, or it was threatening to get close enough that they killed it. What does that mean? It means they ran out of shares and or capital. They wouldn't let you buy new shares because we were burning through all the shares on the market. I saw an unsubstantiated post from a user who said a market sell order executed at 2,600 for him.
What does that mean? Market sell order executed?
That means that he had, he says, if this stock hits 2,600, dump it. And he says it happened for him. Do you get the severity of the situation if that's true? It means that buying was getting to the point where it was just about infinite pressure on the price of shares. It means virtually any ask was getting bid. How do you get infinite upwards pressure? A gamma squeeze triggering the mother of all short squeezes, just like we predicted. The call writers needed shares to hedge. This is a call option, right? I have the right to buy this stock at 560. And they need to have stocks on hand because I already purchased the right to buy it. Retail is still buying more. The short sellers need over 100% of the float back. They add these together. There were more shares needed than existed on the open market. That's what a liquidity crisis is. Listen to this, and then it's a link to an audio file. Remarkable interview of the chairman of Interactive Brokers admits that they didn't have the capital to pay out the winners, us. So they took their ball and they went home. Do you grasp how insane it is that he said they needed to shut down buy orders to protect the market? Hello? He's not talking about the market for GME shares. He's talking about the entire market, the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, all that. Remember the movie Snowpiercer? Do you remember the scene when the lower class people realize the soldiers who oppose them have no bullets? It kickstarts a full-blown rebellion. They have no bullets. It's the exact same in this market. No capital, no shares, infinite losses. Too long didn't read. Do you skip to the bottom to say, do I get my tendies now? Tendies are chicken tenders or gains. The answer is this. They need your shares. Do you get that? Hold. Just like the guy in the movie where they scream, "They're out of bullets," and create a stampede. That's how we win.
He brings it up twice. And it's like,
They need your shares so badly that they literally risked prison time to get them. They tried robbing you, and I'm not even exaggerating. They were within 30 seconds of getting wiped out today. That guy, I don't know how much of that is true. That's probably 80% bullshit.
Look at the link that I just sent.
Okay. But
that's really interesting.
this GameStop.
A lot of it's just going right over my head, but I'm trying to track with it. You've done a great job explaining it.
Thank you.
I'm crying. I just became a billionaire. I don't know where else to share it. I bought 2,000 Bitcoin at $1 back in the day, and then sold all this year to have 40 million. Then in the summer, I bought 40 million worth of GameStop stock. And yesterday, I sold about 8 million shares of GameStop at 144. I'm worth 1.1 billion now. It just came through now to my bank. I'm sorry, females. I don't want rack chasers. I'm not going to become Mr. Available all of a sudden now that you got your dollar signs in your eyes. You could have had me before you called me a freak. Well, look at me now. I'm a billionaire. I'm going to find a female who cares about me for who I am and not because I'm a billionaire.
All right. First of all, good luck with that. Second, this is not true. It can't be.
Of course not. But I choose to believe. This is like a Santa-like story. I believe in this one.
I have an easier time believing all the relationship advices than this one.
Although it does have a picture of his bank account at the bottom, but I also don't believe.
Yes. There it is. It's 800 million pounds, which I presume is a billion.
Oh, well, then he's got a ways to go in billions of pounds.
Well, he's $1 billion, though.
Well, how do billionaires, if you're worth 850 million pounds in England, do they call you a billionaire because they use the US currency as like the billionaire cutoff?
I do think it is in USD.
If you have 1 billion rupees, do you get to call yourself a billionaire?
What?
No, you'd need like 1 trillion rupees. Actually, that'd probably get you way more than $1 billion. How much is a rupee? Is it worthless? How much is a rupee?
I don't know.
Rupees to dollars. It's 0.014. So
it's $71,000.
Looking. Am I a billionaire? I think I am.
So a billion rupees is $13 million.
Oh, I did the Indonesian rupiah, which I think is the way to go, because then you only need 71,000 American dollars
to be a billionaire
in Indonesian rupiah.
I did Turkish lira, and it's tougher. I don't think any of us are billionaires in that.
The Iranian rial is the weakest currency of 2020. Probably because of all those sanctions we got on them.
Well, we'll take care of that.
42,000 to $1.
That's a whole lot easier. You need like $2,500 or something.
I remember when we, I think it was the second time we went to Iraq and gave them some freedom. Some of the soldiers invested in their currency and made a lot of money because their currency improved when we went there, and at least temporarily. They were
in Iraq, you mean?
Did I say? I don't know what I said. Yeah, Iraq.
Iran.
Oh, okay, my mistake. I meant Iraq. The second time we invaded them, apparently propped up their currency until the Civil War.
There was we had a $50 patron that was an Iraqi, and he was talking about like being there during the most recent time we invaded them. He's like, yeah, then you guys came in and invaded us and everything, and I was like, you're welcome, by the way, and he didn't think it was funny. He wasn't appreciative. No. We spent trillions on that.
We spent trillions and got nothing.
He really said, oh yeah, thank you. We'll come back.